Oh, thank. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Doctor. Um, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. So I want to welcome everyone to this class and hope that we would have a smooth run. And at the end of the day, everybody would go with very key, important take homes. So I'm quite impressed with the level of response I got from those that attempted the questions we placed on the platform, and it speaks volume of how well you have internalized what we taught you. I'm quite happy that not only did you reflect this in terms of your structure, um, I am happy that you were quite coherent in your work, and most of you did wonderfully well in terms of interpreting the questions. So kudos and bravo to all of you that attempted. I am emphasizing here that it is important for you to submit your responses so that we can um, um, evaluate you. It is only in interacting with your responses that would know whether you are following or not, and also know the areas of lack, the gaps that you have, so that we can also incorporate them in our teachings. So welcome once more. I look forward to having a very interactive and successful class with you today. So we're going to be looking at let's quickly do an analysis of what we sent on the platform. There was an essay sent on the platform. Even though we had a few slips in terms of maybe spelling as a result of typing. Generally, we could use that as a sample essay when we're looking at essay tax 2, because today we are summarizing essay tax 2. Then we are going to be looking at tax 1 essay also, if possible. So now let's quickly look at the sample essay we have on the platform and see the analysis done on that particular essay. Those of you that did not submit your assignment, endeavor to do that. Please endeavor to do that. More than about say 30% of you have submitted. So we have about a bulk of you, like 70% that have not submitted. You know. So let's come back to class. Let's look at the question and see what we did. How did we generate this response, this content that we have on the platform? And I may also want to use some of the materials you send, because they're quite good, because I feel some of these students did fantastically well. So I might get their consent to use some of their materials while I'm teaching. But meanwhile, let's start with the one we have on the platform and see how it represents what we intend to learn when it comes to writing tax 2. Abolo Eileen, how are you doing? You did a very fantastic job. Thank you very much, Abolo Eileen. I saw your work. Okay, let's continue.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Now let's go to the question we have on the platform and see what we did. Let me see if I can share it with you. Hold on. Mr. Sade, are you there? Dr. Sade?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, please, can you allow me share?
Okay, let me make you the host.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to share my screen with you so that we could look at this together. Hold on 1 minute, please. So I'm trying to share the screen so that we could see what we did and do a comprehensive analysis, sentence by sentence analysis on what we did. Okay, I don't know if you can see my screen, please. Can you see my screen?
Yes, your screen is clear.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. So who was the last person that spoke? I want you to help us to read the introduction. The last speaker.
Okay. The introduction is not here. What we'll see is your WhatsApp to the class.
Wow. You can see my screen. You can see okay. You can see what I'm sharing.
That's your WhatsApp to the class.
Okay, can you see it now?
This is clear. This is clear.
Okay. Can you read
I
it?
believe so. Okay, I believe society deserves more benefits than
backwards.
Derives more benefits than backwards. When individuals
Drawbacks.
What? Okay.
Okay, let me read myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, we are not seeing your screen, sir. Please, we are not seeing the screen.
Let me.
You can see it now. It's clear. It's showing.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
It's
yes,
clearer
you can
now.
see it.
Okay, brilliant.
Yes.
So we have, I believe society derives more benefits than drawbacks when individuals live longer as a result of better medical care. The body of this essay will discuss reasons for my opinion. Are you following, please? Now, what we did here is a simple introduction. What we did here is a simple introduction. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Hello? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes,
you can see it.
Clear now.
Okay. So what we did here is a simple introduction. Are you following, please? And in this introduction, what this author did, the author did not include his generated main idea. So now let's continue. We went further to look at what the first paragraph. The first paragraph, the topic sentence in the first paragraph is, it says, longevity aids transfer of what? Skills or proficiency from the elderly to the young. This is somebody's statement from, I think, day before yesterday. I picked it from someone's we can see it. Longevity aids transfer of what? Proficiency from elderly to the young. So that's the topic sentence, which is the first sentence. That's the topic sentence, which is the first word sentence. Then We went to the second one, the second sentence, which is what? An explanatory supporting sentence. And it says the latter often, the latter means who? The latter means who? The elderly.
The young.
Elderly. Or you can say this set of individuals, if you like. This set of individuals. So this author prefers to say the latter often derive, because we're asking the question for, we said for you to get what? An explanatory supporting sentence that will add value to your essay. Ask your topic sentence how. And the question is, how does longevity, how does living longer aid transfer of what? Skills? And the answer is that it does so, the latter, which is the people, the old people, or yes, the people under review, often derive extensive base of knowledge due to what? Limitless experience acquired over a long period of time, which are often bequeathed to young colleagues through formal and informal trainings. So what we are saying here is that this set of individuals, because of the fact that they have what? Been working in this kind of organizations for a long time, and they've gotten a lot of experience, which they pass on to the next generation. That is how living longer can help in the transfer of what? Knowledge. Then we went further to say, to give an example. Said, for example, after you do your for example or for instance, or your transition that shows an example, always have your comma. For example, comma, the monthly upskill training in the organization I work is often facilitated by an octogenarian colleague who has spent over 6 decades of his career in the business, which makes it effortless to achieve the goals of such capacity building exercises. So what this person is saying here is that because they have the opportunity of interacting with an elderly colleague at their place of work, they tend towards achieve the goals of human capacity building. That means they're benefiting from the knowledge. An example, we said an example is a story that buttresses your point. And in this case, at this point, this candidate or this author is trying to use himself as an example to produce how a little story, how this has aided him, how living longer, how he has benefited from those that are living longer. Are we following? Then we went to the second paragraph. Remember, there is something I want to tell you before we continue. Please, it's very important. If you are writing a 3-body paragraph essay, take note of this. You can jot it, you can keep it somewhere that you won't forget. If you are doing a 3-body paragraph essay like we are doing here, this is a 3-body paragraph essay. What you should do is that ensure that the first body paragraph has up to 80 words, the second body paragraph has up to 80 words, and the third body paragraph has up to words, at least 40 words. Let me repeat that. If you are doing a 3-body paragraph essay, ensure that the first body paragraph has up to 80 words, the second body paragraph has up to 80 words, and the third body paragraph has at least 40 words. That would make it 80 plus 80 will give us 160, plus 40 will give us what? 200. Then you can generate your 50 words from your introduction and your conclusion. However, if you are doing a 2-body paragraph essay, endeavor to do at least 100 words per paragraph. That means body paragraph 1, 100 words, body paragraph 2, 100 words. Then you can do 50 words between your introduction and your conclusion. You can do 50 words or more. So take note of the number of body paragraphs you are writing and be counting along as you are writing. You should be counting. I told you the other day that writing is a conscious act. It's an intentional act. So you are consciously counting the number of words because you know the examiner requests of you to produce 250 words. So the summary here is that if you are attempting a three-body paragraph essay like we are doing now, ensure to have 80, at least 80, 80, 40 in your in each body paragraph. Then if you are doing a two-body paragraph essay, you could do 50, sorry, you could do 100, 100 per body paragraph. I don't know if that's clear. If that's clear, please, can I get your responses on the chat so that I'll be sure so that I can continue? Yes, thank you very much, Chidi. Yes, Young. Yes, you're right. Yes. Okay, Atox, thank you very much. Chigozie, thank you. Well understood. Florence, thank you. I saw your work. Brilliant. Emadwe, Mrs. Akimbulu, thank you very much, Claire. We can continue then. So now we are looking at body paragraph 2. We've done body paragraph 1. We are going to body paragraph 2. Now let's see the number of words we generated here. You can see we had 85 words. We generated 85 words out of the 290 words. 85 came from body paragraph 1. And that is quite in line with what I said. It could be 80 and above. And now look at it. Hello. Now, if you look at this body paragraph, you can see, let's go to, I'm looking at body paragraph what? Body paragraph. Let's see. I'm looking at body paragraph 1. I want to take only the explanatory supporting sentence. I want to see how many words we have here. Okay. You see the explanatory supporting sentence alone, we got 31 words. Now, what I was trying to tell you the other day is that you should learn how to generate what? You should learn how to generate complex sentences that should be up to 30 words at least. If you know how to do that, it will help you a lot in building your body paragraph. So we can see that this particular sentence, which is an explanatory supporting sentence, has how many words? It has 31 words. Let's look at the second one, the example. The example has 43 words. The example has 43 words. Now, remember what I said yesterday. I said that if you are writing your explanation should start and end in one sentence. Same applies to your example. It should start and end in one sentence. You should know how to articulate your thoughts in one sentence, whether you're writing an example or you are writing an explanatory supporting sentence. It's actually quite good for you to know how to do that. So I have to learn how to write your complex sentences. They will help you to achieve this feat. Let's go to body paragraph 2. Now, body paragraph 2, remember you are moving from one body paragraph to another body paragraph, and we advise that you should do your transition. Your transition has to do with having what they call cohesion, bringing all the parts together. Remember we said one part of your body of your essay should not be in Abeokuta, and the other one will be in Abakaliki. So we are trying to see how we can bring them together where it will make sense. And what we do is to use our transitional devices. Now let's see how we use our transitional device to bring these two paragraphs together. We said the fact that the elderly, the first point, look at the first point we generated. The first point we generated has to do with what the first advantage. And the second point we are going to be generating, we're going to be discussing in the second body paragraph is also an advantage. So what you should do is to use a transitional device that has to do with what? Similarity, that can bring things together. It has to do with addition, or that has to state something further. Like this is first advantage, second advantage. So we are looking for a transitional device that can help us. A lot of people probably would have started with furthermore, or in addition to these, it's quite good to do that, but it is better for you to have your transitional devices sandwiched in between the sentences. It should be sandwiched in between the sentences. It's better that way than just putting it outside. So let's see how we did this. We said the fact that the elderly are instrumental in passing customs and tradition is additionally advantageous to society. to body paragraph 2. Some people will use furthermore, some people will use in addition to, then others will use different kind of transitional devices. But this author has used in such a way that it will be seamless and it will not be very loud. And that is the advice of the examiner, that transitional device should be used seamlessly or in a quiet way that will not call the attention of the examiner to read. So those are the kind of candidates that would get 9/9 under cohesion and coherence. Passing customs and tradition is additionally advantageous to society. Now let's look at the first explanation. So we are asking the question, how is it that how is it an advantage when people live long? How do they pass? How does living longer aid passing of what custom and tradition? That is what we are going to be answering in the explanatory supporting sentence. And look at what this candidate says. This set of individuals, having lived thus long, become custodians of culture, which they pass to young people, especially orally, while having casual interactions. So that's the what do you call it? That's this candidate's explanatory supporting sentence. Then he went further, she went further to give the explanation. Says, my grandmother exemplified this position because she ensured to teach us basic values like how to speak my dialect, how to prepare, there's supposed to be 2 here. How to prepare, there's supposed to be 2 here. Let's see, can get that. Hold on. 1 minute, please. Okay. Oh my God. No. I have to go back to the screen. What's happening? Hello, can you see my screen, please?
Yes, sir, we can see it now.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Okay. This one is supposed to be is. And I think I was here. I was trying to correct here. Let's see. Okay. Which people? Okay.
This
So,
position.
Okay. How to prepare, Abi? Thank you very much. How to prepare local delicacies, the importance of respecting people and other traditional practices, which are fading fast these days. So this is an example. This is an example. It is not compulsory that you must start your example by saying, for example, or for instance. That is what everybody does. So you have to be unique. You have to create your own style that reflects the standard and it's your style. You know, it is only when you are unique that you can get unique scores. I'm not saying that those that say, for instance, or for example, probably will not get the best scores, but it's what the examiner is seeing, one candidate, the other candidate, the third candidate, the fourth candidate, everybody is saying, for example. So this also has probably is explored a new dimension to the same issue. My grandmother exemplified, that means the grandmother is no more, this position because she ensured to teach us basic values like how to speak my dialect, how to prepare local delicacies, the importance of respecting people and other traditional practices which are fast fading these days. So that's the second example. And if you check, let's see how many words the example has. Okay. The example has 39 words. The example has 39 words. So that's why I'm advising you, you should know how to generate your complex sentences to get at least 30 and above words, and it must make sense too. You should not sacrifice a high volume of content at the expense of coherence. It means that you are generating a clear content as well as a clear content and as well as a huge content, you know. Now let's look at the second one, which is the explanatory supporting. How many words do we have here? Let's see. We had only 25 words there. So let's see this paragraph altogether. How many words do you have on this paragraph? So we have exactly 80 on the dot. So ensure your work is up to 80 words when you are writing. Are you following, please? Okay, good. Now let's go to the third paragraph. The third paragraph is not always very bulky. We said we advised that you could do 30, you could do 40, and maybe a 40 or 50 or thereabout, you know. So let's look at what we did here. Now, you know, we are doing another transition. We are a big transition. We are moving from this paragraph to another paragraph. And in this case, what we are going to be discussing, the idea that we are discussing here is quite different from the ideas we have been discussing. Remember, we have been doing advantages. This time around, we are going towards a disadvantage. We are going to a disadvantage. Now, let's see what we did here. So the highlighted position may not always be correct as population, like as overpopulation might ensue. Look at what the parents say. Some people will say, however, or conversely, or on the other hand. They are all correct. But I have advised that you should learn how to connect naturally and seamlessly, such that it will be so quiet and seamless. Your connection should be like the highlighted positions, position no one, the highlighted positions may not always be correct as overpopulation might ensue. So overpopulation is now, we are seeing this as a word, as a disadvantage. And look at the tone we are using. We said might. You can see the word might ensue. Remember when we are, I told you that when you are doing anything that has to do with negation, you are negating something in IELTS, you are negating a point in IELTS. Whenever you are negating a point in IELTS, always use a tone of uncertainty. Let me repeat it. Whenever you are negating an idea in IELTS, use a tone of what? Uncertainty. Are we following, please? Now let's go to the next level. We now gave he said, this necessitates overcongestion and what? Mounts and put pressure or mount pressure, or put mounts, mount pressure on limited available resources, thereby impacting society negatively. So one thing you may have noticed is that you do not use comma when you are writing, when you are using a subordinating conjunction. Don't put comma before subordinating conjunctions. So leave them like that. When you're having a subordinating conjunction, do not add a comma before it. Do not add a comma before a subordinating conjunction. He said, this necessitates overcongestion and mounts pressure on limited available resources. Thereby is a coordinating conjunction. Just leave it, continue like that. Thereby impacting society negatively. The position can be, but this position can be buttressed. This position can be buttressed. That's an example now. This position can be buttressed with statistics from the National Population Commission, which from the Nigerian Population Commission, which posits that the standard of living in Nigeria could be the what? The poor standard of living, the poor, where is it? The poor standard of living in Nigeria could be what? Attributable. could be attributable to huge demography of aged world people. Then this author went further to do his conclusion. Remember what I told you about conclusions, or maybe I have not said that. Please listen attentively to what I'm going to say in line with conclusions when you're writing an essay. Look at the introduction. Let's go back to the introduction. Our introduction does not have, we did not generate our main idea in this introduction. Look at it. I believe society derives more benefit than drawbacks when individuals live longer as a result of better medical care. The body of this essay will discuss reasons for my position, my opinion. Now, we did not generate our reasons at this point. And we told you you could do that if you like. Some people would add their generated main idea in their introductions. Why some authors don't do that? Now, the implication is this. If you decide not to have your generated main idea in your introduction, ensure to have them in your conclusion. And if you have them in your introduction, do not incorporate them in your conclusion. Let me repeat that. If you include your generated main idea in your introduction, do not what? Include them in your conclusion. If done in your conclusion, then they should not appear in your introduction. Like what we did here, we did not have our generated main ideas in this introduction, but we have decided to have it in the conclusion. Let's read the conclusion. The conclusion says, based on the ideas generated, I'll rather say, let's see, I would rather say based on the ideas discussed, based on the ideas discussed, comma, that's the transition. That's your transition. Based on the idea discussed, this is transition that is joining the paragraph. It can be summarized that even though living longer might present a few disadvantages, I am of the view that, I am of the opinion that the advantages are quite overwhelming. This includes, now you're giving the advantage, this includes transfer of what? Professional skills and what? Cultural heritage. So that's how we land, that's the landing or the conclusion, which has what? Summarized everything while including the generated main idea that was not done when you did your introduction. I do not know if this is clear. If it is clear, please write, let me know, give me your feedback, please. Thank you. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, iPhone. Thank you, very clear, Raphael. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, more responses so I would know what we are doing and I know next step to take. Right on. Wow. Thank you. Brilliant. Chinwe, Fina. Thank you, Nicholas. Stemming from the aforesaid can be used in stemming from the aforesaid can be used in conclusion. And there is no one way to doing it, Sam. Thank you very much, Nicholas. There is no one way to doing it. Stemming from the aforesaid is fine. That's fine. But one thing is this: avoid when you are writing, stemming from. When you are writing, avoid cliches and extra grammatical ideas. Let me explain that. Extra grammatical ideas are figures of speech. They are figures of speech, idiomatic expressions. We have idiomatic expression, figures of speech, and what again? Proverbs. Now, when you're writing, use direct languages. Don't use figures of speech in writing. Don't use idiomatic expression in writing. But you can do that when you are speaking. You can do that when you are speaking. If you see most official write-ups, you would hardly find idiomatic expressions or flamboyant expressions like that. So avoid them. Just do in summary, in conclusion, all this stemming from might be termed informal and extra grammatical, which could impede comprehension. Okay, thank you very much, Nicholas. Noted. Brilliant. Now that we all can understand this, let's forge ahead with the next line of action. So I want someone to quickly do everybody to quickly do an introduction to what I'm going to give to you now. And I will give you 5 minutes to introduction because we are going to be looking at tax 1 today also. But I want to be sure that you are following. But I've seen your responses though. And those of you that sent me messages on my, that sent emails to me, brilliant, fantastic job. You know, I would ensure to give feedback on those messages. The only ones I received. Anybody that is sending this message late, now I will not respond to the late messages. I only respond to those who sent their messages early. And that's what I will continuously do. If you send your messages early, as at the time I want it sent, then I'll respond to them. I'll give you very constructive and very in-depth feedback. But if you're sending to me when I did not request, I won't attend to it. So take advantage of this opportunity and always respond as and when told to do it. Okay. Now, okay, let's see. I'll give you a question now. Let's see the question. Hold on. Hello, can you see my slide? Hello, can you see my slide? Please respond if you can see my slide. Can you respond if you can see my slide? No? Sharon said yes. Atox, no. Wow, some are saying you know and some are saying yes, no. Please, I don't know if you can see my slide. I want to be sure so that I can continue. It's still S-O, S-A. Okay, okay, I'm coming. Okay. Okay. Okay, can you see the new slide, please? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, now let's go to, let's see. Is this question? Let's see. Wow. One seventy. I can't see this now. I just want to paste on direct. Annotations. Wow. Where is this question? Okay. 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 Now let's look at this question. This question is a very important question. Well, can someone read for us, please? A volunteer to read for us the tax 2 question.
Some people work for the
Okay, thank you. Continue,
Some
please.
people, some people work for the same organization all their working life. Others think that it is better to work for different organizations. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you. So now this question is a very technical question, and um, it is called the discussion opinion essay. Florence is asking, what about the tax on technology posted on the chat group? Okay, if you want us to work on that too, we can do that. I gave to you as an assignment, so I will do my feedback privately. But if you want us to work on that, no problem. But we can't continue to work on all the questions because we have tax one to contend with. So, but let's see, we'll do that also, Florence. Thank you very much. Florence Ogumbo Wale. Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. I want us to interact with this question because it's quite important. Now, he said some people work for the same organization all their working life, and others think it is better to work for a different organization. Discuss both these views and give your opinion. Before we continue with this, there is something I want to let you know. Please, let me say that before we continue. The last essay we did, remember, we did a ratio 2:1. Two reflecting what? Two reflecting advantages and one reflecting a disadvantage. That is because we believe that it has more advantages than disadvantages. So we follow the examiner's clue by what? Giving a disproportional representation of our ideas. Two for what? Advantages and one for disadvantage. Now, it is possible for you to have just two body paragraphs on the same, to approach the question using only two body paragraphs. So it is not just one way. There is not just one way of doing this thing. So another author might say, okay, I just want to use only two body paragraphs. So in that case, what the author will do is the author will just do only body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, where in body paragraph 1, the author will, let's see, the author will just, let me see if I have a sample of that fast before we continue, so you can see both perspectives. So it won't just be only one way of doing it, one style of doing it. Hold on, let me check if I can see it. Hold on. Let's see. I hope this is it. Yes, this is it. Okay, thank you very much. Can we see the screen, please? If you can see the screen, let me please know. Let me know, please. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Rafi. Okay, we can continue then. Now, yeah. So look at it. This is body paragraph 1. It's different from the one we had because this author is having only how many? 2 body paragraphs. This author is having only 2 body paragraphs. Are we following? Now look at it. This is body paragraph. This is introduction. Then this is body paragraph 1.
That we can't see the screen.
You can't see the screen?
Yes,
Hello?
we can't. We can't see the screen, sir.
Wow.
We can see the screen, but what you are trying to explain is not open. You have not opened the Microsoft Word.
Okay. Let me wait again. Hold on. Wow. Okay, it should be this. Is it showing now, please?
Yes, the screen is showing.
What is showing? Is it the Microsoft Word, the typed words?
Microsoft Word is showing the
No,
document.
the